has Domino's.
Okay.
And it's behind that Shell station there.
No,
Anyway,
yeah, I know where that is now.
So the people that originally called me was La Filthy Pooch, which is a dog grooming and clean. They have like these. I mean, it's pretty neat what they do actually. They have these great big bathtubs that it has like it's like the handicap accessible bathtubs. It has a door so you can just walk the dog in there and wash it, and they'll clean up the mess and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, but I mean, I really like dogs. I love dogs, and so I saw that they were trimming the dogs at these really cute little, I don't know what kind of dogs they were. They were really cute. So I was just standing out there filming, them trimming the dogs. They had the blinds open. It's a business, open for business. And a woman comes out and she starts telling me, asking me what I'm doing. First of all, I said, well, I'm just going around just filming, and seeing what I could see, and I saw your dogs and I like dogs, and so I wanted to, film your dogs. And so she said, well, you didn't get my permission. And I said, well, I didn't know I needed your permission because, I'm in public, and basically I tried to have a reasonable conversation with her. She wouldn't answer any of my questions. She wouldn't actually have any kind of back and forth. It was either I stopped doing what I was doing or else she called the police is what she ended up doing. Okay, so she's the first one to call the police, and then so she went back inside and she shut the blinds so that I couldn't see the dog anymore. So I stopped filming them because I know they're not I can see anymore. So I started just filming the delivery drivers for Domino's because it was a Friday night and they were busy. I mean, there was just people going in and out left and right, and there was a woman that was sitting in a car and she sat in there forever. I don't know what she's doing in there, but I sat there for maybe 5 minutes and just, nobody paid any attention to me. I mean, several drivers went in and out, several other customers went in and out. Nobody even looked my way. And then she gets out of her car and just starts yelling at me across the parking lot, stop doing what you're doing, basically, stop filming me, stop filming my car. I'm like, why can't I film your car? I mean, how is that going to hurt your car? So then again, she says, well, I'm going to call the cops. I'm like, okay, well, again, why, what am I doing to you that makes you think that warrants you to call the police on me, And she wouldn't have any kind of reasonable conversation. She goes into Domino's. And so I got it and I went, because I was afraid something was going to happen. So I wanted to get her license plate. So I went and got a video of her license plate. And then right as I was done doing that, Officer Gower pulled up in his car. So he was there before the Domino's people because it had to have been from when the Filthy Pooch called. There's no way that, the timing of whatever, he could have been there for Domino's calling. But anyway, so when he gets there, again, he says, yes, everything you're doing is legal. Nothing you're doing is wrong. But he says, but they have rights too. And I said, okay, well, I understand that they have certain rights, but I don't, but I question them. Well, do they have the right, actually have the right to, where do they have the right? Because they have their businesses, but this is a parking lot that, anybody can park anywhere as far as I can tell and go to any business in here. So how am I going to be trespassed from the entire shopping center because one business doesn't want me in the parking lot? You know what I mean? How is that going to work? And he started saying, well, you will be, it'll be this area. I mean, he started telling me where I would be trespassed from. I'm thinking, well, how could he know that? How does he know this? And so then he says, well, I'm going to go talk to the people. I said, okay. And so he goes and talks to Domino's, and he tells the people in Domino's that I'm not doing anything wrong, but if I want him trespass, that he'll trespass me. So again, he doesn't really do anything to actually stand up for my rights or anything. He just goes in there and just immediately, tells them, well, I'll trespass him if you want me to, and then he comes out of there and the girl from the Filthy Pooch comes up and basically he says the same thing to her, but he doesn't even explain to her that what I'm doing is not wrong. He just tells her, well, if he were to record you in a conversation, then you could get him for, well, he kind of does, but then he changes it to where a way that he could get me somehow, because if I was recording a conversation without consent or something, then it's eavesdropping or something is what he was trying to claim.
As far as I understand, Oklahoma is a one-party state.
Yeah, and again, I'm in public. I'm out in a public space, so it doesn't really work that way. So then so both the manager of Domino's and this woman who claimed it was her business. Again, she made statements to the officer that it was her business and she was just working there. It wasn't her business. Now, she might have been saying it meaning like, I work here, my business. You know what I mean? But again, when you're making statements to an officer about certain things, in my opinion, you need to be careful about what you're saying. And this is one of those. And that they were making, and again, it was, if you hear the conversation on the body recording, because I got the can, they're basically, the officer and the people are basically trying to figure out, okay, well, is this your spot or this your spot? And nobody's really for sure whose spots they actually have or any of that stuff. I mean, you can hear quite clearly on the conversations that nobody knows for sure that, yes, this is, I have in my lease, I have rights to these spots in this parking lot. Okay, so I brought this up with Nate King. He assured me that he would, find out about it. And he did eventually at least get me the names of the people because, again, I didn't even know who the people were who were trespassing me. The officer didn't bother to get those people's names. He had to have my ID. But he didn't bother to get the other people's names who were making these accusations against me. And I thought that was kind of strange. So he did eventually do a little more investigation, and then he got those people's names, but he never did do what I asked him originally to do at the scene, and that was to determine exactly how and where I would be trespassed from. That never, ever occurred. And even Nate King said himself, well, as far as I understand, you were just trespassed from the premises, meaning inside of their store. And I said, well, but nobody at the scene had that in their mind as what was going on. Everybody thought that I was being trespassed from the parking lot, including Officer Gower, And so I did some investigation in that I called Bryce Feltz, the actual owner of that property, and I got him on record stating that no lease that he has in that shopping center do any of the people have any rights to the parking lot. It's all common parking. So unfortunately, I was falsely arrested. And the officer, he perjured himself. He lied about the fact that he knew where I would be trespassed from. That's a lie. And then he conspired with both of those people to have me trespassed from a space that nobody had any legal authority over. So I would like Officer Gower charged with perjury and conspiracy, and I would like both of the Ashleys, Ashley Brooke Swafford and Ashley Reed Pelton, also I would like to be charged with perjury and conspiracy. Because, again, I spent 3 nights in jail because of all this. And, I didn't do anything wrong to anybody.
Right. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to take your report. The only thing I would say is that, at the time of that incident, it was believed that that parking lot, because typically, so if someone's trespassed from Walmart, that includes the store of Walmart and the parking lot. So based off of the information they had at the time, that parking lot was also included with the businesses. So to say that they intentionally were trying to, I wasn't there.
Well,
so I'm not.
Intention, if you read the law, intention has nothing. Has nothing to do with it. So
a lot of what officers have to work off is called reasonable suspicion. You have to deal with what you know at the time and work from there.
Okay.
Obviously, now we have more information. Now we know that Reed Phelps owns that parking lot and that the other store owners there don't have any say over what parking lots or spots in front of their businesses. So now with that information going forward, that changes things. But at the time of the incident, to say that they were maliciously trying to get you in trouble, I wasn't there.